Hello, honeybees. Welcome back to This and That, a channel in which we talk about a little bit of everything plus some. I'm your host, DJ Bizzy Bee, back at you with new content every week from The Hive. I'm super excited for this week's video because I will be doing a book review on a up and coming manga series called Adorned by Chi. Written by Jacque Aye, Adorned by Chi tells the story of Adeze Adichie, a bright yet shy Nigerian college student who's approached by the goddess of humanity named Chi Chi with a mission to help save the world from an ancient being set to destroy every living thing on Earth. Adeze must go through the journey of harnessing the power within her and lead a group of chosen warriors to defeat the evil that threatens them all. The manga was inspired by the lack of diversity in today's manga and anime series. It has all the beauty and cuteness of the magical girl genre, with elements of the Igbo culture and lore mixed in it. All these characteristics are beautifully illustrated by Magus Ato, a graphic designer and illustrative collective of their own mangas and other works. If you've already seen the cover designs for the books, that was done by Tiana Monet, an animator, illustrator, and educator who's worked on shows such as Cartoon Network's Mad TV and Jim Henson's Sid the Science Kid. The first volume, set to come out in June, is made up of 5 issues. Adorned by Chi caught my attention one day as an advertisement on my Instagram feed. It was a cool animated picture of our main heroine, Adeze, flying with Chi Chi on her shoulder with a soulful theme song. I checked out the comments, which were really positive, and I found myself on the main page scrolling through all the posts they had available. At first, I wasn't too sure about it since I haven't been drawn to the magical girl genre since my Sailor Moon days. I soon changed my mind once I saw the bits and pieces of the manga, the cosplay, and initially took a look at the plot itself. And then, bam! I said, I gotta get this book for myself, or I might die a slow and painful death. Dramatic? Maybe. But can you really blame me? Honeybees, I'm gonna try my darndest to tell y'all about this book without spoiling it. The best way for me to do this is just to talk about the characters, some of the story and the elements involved, and lastly, my overall thoughts and theories about what the message may be. Ready to be dazzled? Then let's begin. In order to produce a good story, obviously you need good, well-rounded characters. Adorned by Chi is definitely not short in supply in that department. Let's start with our main protagonist, Adeze Adichie, who's our highly intelligent and sensitive book nerd who has a difficult time coming out of her shell. Then we have the cool AF twins, Gaga, Adeze's roommate. She's always up for a good time. She's sweet and optimistic and a real go-getter. Then you have her sister Kalechi, who's the goth queen of the universe, of course. Then we have Kyra Okoye, who is our sweet transfer student who's super into yoga and is an appreciator of all life forms. Lastly, we have Emeka Ukata, who is our school sports star, who has intelligence and kindness that goes beyond his looks. All of the characters seem to interact really well throughout the book, and they don't seem to be thrown together in situations in order to meet each other. Everything feels natural, which is something that we want from our characters so that we don't feel taken out of the magic. Now, one of the things I did want to talk about was some themes that I'm getting from the story itself, the settings, and the character designs. The story is set in Peace University in a fictional Nigeria in the mid to late 21st century. This brings up the first theme, being the traditional and spiritual merging with an Afrofuturistic world. That's right, y'all. For those that don't know, Afrofuturism is a cultural aesthetic. It's based on a philosophy of science and a philosophy of history that explores the developing intersection of African diaspora culture with technology. It was coined by Mark Derry in 1993 and explored in the late 1990s through conversations led by Alondra Nelson. You'll be able to see all that displayed throughout the book's gorgeous illustrations, with the clothes all the characters wear and some of the different settings within the book. This blend of old tradition and a technological advanced world really gives a place for the author and the illustrator to play with and expand upon in future issues. The other theme revolves around the twisting of something beautiful and sometimes spiritual, and is taken and distorted and made ugly by evil forces. A good example of that comes for the manwu that frequently show up through each issue. In Igbo culture, manwu are traditionally Igbo masquerades that represent spirits, deities, and deceased relatives. They were used to maintain peace or to keep everyone in check living within that society. Manwu are special and respected within the Igbo culture, but it seems in Adorned by Chi, there's something quite unsettling about them. Now, I could be reaching a little bit, but I think it can be great commentary on the cultural appropriation era that we're currently living in. Let me explain. There's a situation where you have a piece of historical and respected tradition twisted and mocked by those that have chosen to take it for themselves for their own purpose. I might be reaching a little bit, but leave it in the comments and tell me what you think about this. Now that I talked about the basic bits about Adorned by Chi, I've got to get into my favorite parts about the book. I enjoy all the characters and getting to know a little about them through the small backstories in each issue. My personal favorite character is Gaga Okafor. Her personality is so bright and charming. She makes me smile. I enjoy getting I enjoy her go-getting attitude, and when she's serious, she's nobody to play with. Her character design is a tall, cute, dark skinned Nigerian woman whose skin glows as bright as her smile does. At first, I thought I would relate more to Adeze because of her intelligence, sensitivity, and her book nerdiness, but I really just gravitated towards Gaga since our personalities are a lot more similar. If I had to choose which character design was my favorite, I would say that I'm absolutely in love with Kalechi. She has the most unique design out of all the other characters, being that she's represented as being an albino African woman. The clothes she wears represents her subcultural lifestyle as a goth, which she rocks very well. As for her personality, Kalechi is as cool as she looks. But I like that her character wasn't played up with the stereotype of a dark, gloomy, and uptight person, but instead she's made up to be as warm and caring as her sister Gaga. She's a very well rounded character that can be used for dialogue regarding culture, colorism, and discrimination, which is actually touched on a bit in the second issue. So, for all the fans out there that have already probably read the individual issues before the book has come out, probably have their ships established. Based on some fan art I've seen on IG, I'm pretty confident that fans have already shipped Adeze and our magical boy Emeka. It's not hard to see why, since they both seem to be very humble, intelligent, and caring characters. Their main difference being that Emeka is outgoing, confident, if not probably a little arrogant, and has a very clear goal in life. Adeze tends to be quieter, shy, and a bit unsure of herself. She can be a bit cowardice and doesn't seem to like confrontation, but then again, who does? But don't at me because my personal ship is Emeka and Kalechi. Like, I'm low key rooting for them to somehow get together. I'm not gonna say why because I don't wanna spoil nothing. I guess I'm just an eyeball here, but then again, I'm cool with that. Now, I have to be honest on what my dislikes about Adorned by Chi may be. And my biggest complaint, and it's very tiny, but I wish there was more pages in each issue. Sometimes because of the lack of pages and things like that, The story can feel a bit rushed sometimes, and I get it. There's only so much that the author can put in each issue due to budget and time. The first volume just gives us the meat and potatoes for now, but I hope in future volumes fans will get some more backstories, character development, and some answers to some questions that may have came up for readers. I need more from Jacque Aye and Adorned by Chi, and I'm saying that in the most positive way. I'm hoping with the success of the first volume that we'll get more details and more pages as each new issue comes out. Adorned by Chi. My overall thoughts? Well, this is just the first volume, but I'm very happy to say that I really love everything about it. I'm very happy that I get to witness the beginning of an era where we have Black writers and creators looking to tap into a market that's desperately needed. There are very few Black or POC representation in anime or manga, and when we do get those characters, it can be a hit or miss. Representation is important so that different people can be inspired by different things such as culture, lifestyle, sexual orientation, etc. Everyone desires to see themselves in others. This is exactly what you get in Adorned by Chi because there's something in it for everybody. Even if you aren't an anime or manga fan yourself, anybody can appreciate the unique storytelling and illustrations. You can admire the immense amount of time and effort that was put into everything that makes Jackie A's story amazing, such as the attention to detail, style, and characters. What Jackie A and her team has put together so far will be something that will continue to grow much bigger than they probably sought for themselves. I want them to succeed. I want to see them on book lists and interviews and more. More than anything, I truly want them to inspire a new generation of more diverse creators who break into the mainstream consciousness and be the ones producing their work in major studios. That would be cool to me. And hopefully, that's the mission of Adorn by Chi. All right, that's it for my review of the up and coming manga series Adorned by Chi. The Volume 1 physical copies will be released sometime in June for those who've pre ordered. Hopefully, more copies will be sold in later dates because I really want to possess a copy for myself. If you want further information regarding the series or want to learn more details about the book itself, then please go to adornbychi.com where you'll find all types of cool stuff like music, merch, and even games. You can also follow and get updates on their IG page at adornbychi, all lowercase. After this video, do me a solid, like and comment under their posts, and tell them DJ Bizzy Bee sent you. I want to give an extra special thanks to Jacque Aye for allowing fans, bloggers, and YouTubers to get a digital copy of Adorned by Chi for review. I'm so happy that I got the chance to help out and be a part of the experience. As you all know, if you want to check me out, DJ Bizzy Bee, then follow me on my IG at DJ underscore busy underscore B, all lowercase. For any questions or business inquiries, then please go to my email thisandthatqa@gmail.com, all lowercase. Lastly, if you enjoyed this week's review and want to see more, then please go to my main channel, This and That One, and subscribe for future content. Thank you, honeybees, for tuning in, and I'll check y'all out in the hive next week. Have a great day.